All right, I'm ready.
Okay, this is Paul Corrigan here with Aaron Merritt, who has agreed to talk with me about his essay, Young Mindsets in the Market, which is an analysis of college day traders' motivation, Aaron, that you wrote for me in my writing and research course. So thanks so much for being here.
Of course.
Your essay is, I think, really interesting and really well researched and well written. And I think one of the strengths that helped you succeed so well is that you picked a really good topic, and that really got you off on a good start. So you're not just talking about day trading, and you're not just talking about how day trading is risky. You're like, here are these people that I know that are my peers, including me, who are day trading, even though because we're like financial accounting majors, we know it's risky. So that's the conundrum I want to figure out. And so I just think that really focused, interesting topic helped you do like set everything else up to work. So tell me, how did you come up with that idea?
Basically, like I wrote in the introduction, I've always been interested, like my major is finance, and I've always been interested in day trading because I think it's essential to like building wealth. And like as you get older, it's definitely an important thing you need to like know how to do if you want to have like assets that you don't have to work every day for with longer term investments. And all my friends always talk about day trading, investing, everything like that. And we all are big into like researching what we want to trade in. But I know a lot of people out like that also day trade that aren't as like they don't put in as much time as some of my friends.
So it's really just the kind of the long-standing personal connection that you already had that that set you up for it.
Mhm.
What in your experience, what was the most difficult part of researching and writing the essay?
Um, the most difficult part was probably I don't know, laying like the groundwork. I've never really wrote a research paper like this, I guess, because this is like actually how a research paper is supposed to be written. In my other classes, like in high school and stuff, I was taught to write research papers just like regular papers. They're not like sectioned out. And so I think you did a really good job with teaching us how like you're supposed to break down a research paper and it doesn't all have to flow like a story. It can be in different parts and you can separate it. But initially writing the paper like that was probably the hardest part.
Kind of figuring out, well, all right, what should the parts be? How should they build on each other?
Mm-hmm.
What helped you kind of break through that difficulty?
Actually, that book we read helped a lot. Like just like teaching me how to write and like making my writing stronger, and like I don't know, just the process of writing, the way you had us do like things, and how you helped us like section everything out. So it wasn't like usually I just go last minute. I can write in a kind of good essay and turn it
Yeah.
in a low A, a B, high B, um, and that's just been acceptable. But you like kind of branched it out across the entire semester, giving us time to actually like put thought into the essay and like actually try to make a good essay. So I think that was like the biggest help.
Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah, so I think the book you're talking about is Joseph Harris's Rewriting, right?
Yes.
And then kind of doing kind of move by move or step by step over the semester instead of the night before. Oh, really good stuff. So you I think this next question might be something you were just alluding to. This kind of research project for a lot of people is the first time that they're doing kind of primary research. So a lot of people have written reports where you go and find other people's research and say this is what they said and summarize it and report back. But this has you going and not just looking up answers, but there were no answers. So if you wanted to know the motivations of yourself and your peers doing this day trading, you couldn't have looked that up because nobody had done that study until you had done it. You had to do it to kind of create that new knowledge or understanding. So I'm curious what that was like for you, that kind of shifting into from secondary research where you read other people's stuff to primary research where you're the researcher.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie, I did not know how to like really go about conducting the research, but also when you like back to the book, you showed us exactly how to like ask people questions. You gave us multiple examples and stuff, and that really like helped me learn how to do it. And secondary research is just like it's a lot of reading. I don't really enjoy like finding out the information. Like it's just like, oh wow, that's a interesting fact. But when you question your friends, it's like different because you're like, oh, I didn't know they thought that way. I didn't know they had this going on. I didn't know they had over $10,000 invested and that this was their trading style. I didn't know they worked for their dad at a firm and it gave them knowledge to trade better. So it was very like I was actually engaged in the research other than saying, oh wow, that's an interesting fact. Um,
Yeah. Oh, I love that, right? Because the, oh, I didn't know. That's a great, right? Because research is when we don't know, right? It's this curiosity. Let's go find something we didn't know yet.
yeah, especially if you do it with your friends, it's like you kind of learn more about them or family, like you did. You learn a lot about like a specific thing about them. Like you learn way more than you knew before.
I love that. If you had to do it all over again, would you do anything differently about how you wrote it or how you researched it, or like would you?
Um, I think I would have probably, I don't know, I wanted to branch out more and kind of have like more topics covered in the essay, but I just feel like that would have taken way longer than what I would have needed to do. And if I mean, I could still do it if I wanted to, and I made the essay better. But for class, I think that this was like perfect. And also, I started reading some financial books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, just like some investing books. And I wish I would have used those books as secondary sources instead of all like internet sources because I've learned way more in the books than I did from all the articles I read. To
Oh, good to know. I mean, this is the way research goes, right? No particular study is the final word, and we're always learning more.
yeah.
Good. What would you say you were taking away from having done this project? Did you benefit or learn from it? Maybe um, about the topic of investing, or maybe about writing and research itself. What are you taking from
So
having done this?
for investing, I kind of took away that I don't really like day trading as much as I thought I did. Just because like there's so little like there are some people that actually make money, but there's I actually like seeing firsthand that most people do not make money. And I'm not saying I couldn't make money, I because I think I could make money faster than some other people, but I also just think swing trades are funner, more like smarter financial decisions. And as a younger person, I feel like they would just make you more money than any day trade will. And then for writing purposes, um, I just like how like the whole process we went through. I feel like that just really strengthened how I write. And I feel like more confident in my writing and like when I actually write something, I'll go over it and be like, okay, this is something I want to turn in. Like instead of, oh, did I do this right? Is the format right? Like just like a bunch of little things about like the writing process. Also, I've never wrote a paper in like parts. Like I usually just write a paper, I'll go to bed, edit the paper, turn it in. Like I like how we researched, broke it down. You told us to write everything down that we had in our head, which really helped. And then when I wrote the paper, I chose some things I wrote down, got rid of some things I wrote down, and just could really like get into specific details of what I want to get into. So because I got more in depth with it. So yeah.
Nice. Well, the last question I have for you, Aaron, and thanks so much. I've really enjoyed talking with you about this and catching back up about your paper. What advice would you give to future students of mine who are about to embark on their own research essays?
The biggest piece of advice I would give is just choose a topic that you're actually interested in and not something that you think could be like fun to write about. Like choose something that if you research it, it'll actually benefit you. And then another thing that I think is really important is like follow the steps that you are laid out in that book, because it really helps you not have to rush. I didn't have to struggle to write this essay. It just flowed. The process just makes everything go so much smoother. And then if you need help, just come to you. You helped me a lot with this essay. And just when I couldn't think of what I had to do, I would just hop on Zoom and you would help me. And it just really benefited my entire essay.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, and so long.
Bye.